Hello, I'm Mike Travers. This presentation will update you on current trends in post-secondary education savings. Clearly, to compete in the job market these days, an education is key, but it comes at a price. If you look on the chart on the left from Statistics Canada, the 90s saw substantial increases in the cost of tuition in Canada. In fact, from 1999 to 2005, the average yearly increase was 7.7%. Increases have been less in the past 10 years though, slowing to about 4% per year. That's still double compared to overall inflation levels during the same time, measured by Consumer Price Index shown in the graph on the right. Average college tuition is now about $2,500 in Ontario. A university education has always cost more for students, currently anywhere from $5,500 to $13,000 a year, depending on the program. The top end of the scale includes the business program at Queen's University. The payoff for a graduate is big though, as Queen's Commerce students are highly recruited by the biggest corporations. Books and lab fees can run from $1,000 to $1,500, also depending on the course. It's also important to factor in transportation costs for the student, which can include city bus pass, parking, and other costs of living off campus. Similar to tuition costs, accommodation can vary depending on living arrangements. On-campus residents will run at the low end of $4,000 for shared living quarters to almost $7,000 for single units on campus. Throw in a fully loaded meal card and you could have a cost of living pushing above $10,000. Now, off-campus living can be done cheaper than on-campus, although this isn't usually done until the second year or beyond. Here, the starving student may be able to pull it off for $4,000 or $5,000, but schools situated in more expensive cities may push the living expense beyond $10,000. For parents that are focused on covering all of their child's future education, it's important not to underestimate the costs. A typical college program can run $9,000 for the year, while university programs will cost between $13,000 to over $18,000 per year. As we've seen, these costs are always on the rise. I typically use a 3% inflation rate for living costs, while 5% is a safe estimate for tuition, given what we've experienced in the last 20 years. This chart, with data provided by Stats Canada, shows a breakdown of annual tuition costs in Canada. Although it may not be totally accurate when analyzing tuition costs in Ontario, the Canadian figures give you an idea of the growth in tuition rates and the differing values by discipline. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the other RESP related presentations on my website.